Okay, so hello friends, I'm and this is something new I know, but today we're gonna talk about Kdenlive. So you see, till now I've been using DaVinci Resolve for almost everything, for all my video editing, and I'm trying to learn video editing as well. So yeah, I have been using DaVinci Resolve for literally everything. And the experience has been pretty nice. To be honest, it is pretty smooth, awesome. We have GPU support, but my first video editing software was Kdenlive on Linux, particularly Linux Mint. I started my editing journey with Kdenlive. But then throughout the years, I had to leave that because it didn't had GPU acceleration, but on that time I didn't even had a proper dedicated GPU. But leaving that, I will say one thing. Kdenlive is literally one of the most powerful video editing softwares out there, which easily defeats a lot of pro ones as well. If we compare price to performance ratio, well, Kdenlive is completely free, but leaving that, even then, it actually directly competes with DaVinci Resolve Studio, Studio version, and also Premiere Pro, and sometimes defeat both of them in some areas. So let's get started. Today, I'm gonna try to edit a video, okay? It has been almost like 2 or 3 years since I actually installed or tried Kdenlive. So let's do it, shall we? So first, let's go to Bazaar or Market, which means in India, and search for Kdenlive. There we go. And it looks pretty good. So right now it is version 25.08, which was released just 2 weeks ago. And taking a look at it, it looks pretty nice, to be honest. Yeah, it does. In my time, it didn't look this great. It was even more complicated than that, but it is still complicated. And this is one of the reasons people are scared to try this software. So yeah, let's install it, shall we? Okay then, so I have installed it. Let's launch it, Kdenlive. And here we are. Well, I have used my old layout, which I used to use in my everyday working life. So let's just go through the software first, okay? Let me just save it as a workspace first. Save this layout as Legino, enter, so that I can show you the default ones. Like we have this. This is the usual layout you will get when you install Kdenlive for the first time. You have most other stuff which you would ever need. For example, here you have project bin or where you can store media files. Then we have compositions, effects, clip properties, and then clip monitor, project monitor. And on the bottom right, you have audio mixer and effects and composition and time revamping. Now, a professional video editor might be able to understand it, but in simple words, project bin is the place where you will import your video files and things. Effects, well, you know what effects means. Then when you use drag and drop an effect to a clip, you can edit the settings of that clip in the effects and composition stack in the bottom right corner. This should be easy, and that is why I made a custom layout for myself. Let you know. Now this actually reminds me, you cannot change layouts in DaVinci Resolve. Well, besides, DaVinci Resolve is damn good in that, but still. And then just like DaVinci Resolve, you have different layouts, like this is for audio, this is for effects, this is for color. But let's just stay with my normal one because this is more than enough. You can do all the work from one layout at ease. Don't worry. So let's just import some clips, okay? So here you can see the button to add clips. And yeah, I literally like or prefer the overall layout of Kdenlive even now over DaVinci Resolve Studio. I'm gonna tell you later why. And now this is time for the segue to our sponsor, DataSurf, the smart, local-first browser that is built for creators, dreamers, or anyone who actually thinks on the internet. And everything I researched for the video before the pre-production was done inside DataSurf, just like this. And most browsers track you, but DataSurf doesn't. DataSurf is a local-first browser. So yes, I use DataSurf, and it's not just a browser for me. It's a one-stop destination for my workspace. It is like my second brain. And you can check DataSurf with the link in the description. And let's continue the video. So let's just import all the clips, okay? These are all the clips which I used in my previous video. Let me just go with this, all of them. Okay, and there we go. This is nice. But there's one particular video which is not so good, like it is pretty high quality, and that is the one which I recorded. So we can transcode it, but to be honest, I will not because my laptop is more than enough to do it. Okay. Now that reminds me, do we have GPU acceleration? No, we don't. Okay, then leaving that. So let's start with the obvious, the base. I'm trying to drag and drop. There it is, drag and dropped. Okay, we actually had just now our first error. And this is from, well, Flatter, which means this is supposed to be really good. Okay. And yeah, that reminds me, like, we just had our first error, but still, it is pretty smooth. Like, yeah, it is. So first, let's just see, okay? It is smooth, okay. Yep. Now let's just do one thing, like the cuts, okay? Let me just first do the cuts. Okay, I'm literally trying to just use my DaVinci Resolve keyboard shortcuts. So let me just remember, C for cut maybe, V, no, Control C, nope. Let me just go to settings and see the control keyboard shortcuts, okay? And yeah, we can change them as well. So here we are. For cut, I'm just gonna use X, okay, razor tool. Then for selection, I'm gonna use A, custom A, yes, do it. For the razor tool X, and yeah, this should be it. Now let me just cut it. So how can I delete things like Shift D or delete button? I don't remember. Control D. Application not responding. Wow, so soon. And now it is not so usable. Maybe I pressed something which I shouldn't have. I have a bad feeling about it. I do. Well, looks like we're gonna have to do some things. First, let's just turn it off, okay? Let me just go to system monitor, processes, Kdenlive, and come on, Kdenlive, stop. Whoa, it is too stubborn. It is not even stopping from the system monitor. Wow, terminate. Let's try terminate. Nothing is working. Force stop, resume. Okay, at last it is gone. Let's relaunch it, okay? Kdenlive. Okay, so we have autosave option. That is something awesome. Even Premiere Pro users are jealous right now of this. So let me just go to the keyboard settings and search for delete clip D. Okay, so when I select a clip D, man, alright, delete selected clip. Okay then, so let's start our cutting. Okay, you see, usually on DaVinci Resolve, I use an application called Auto Editor. It's a Python tool that allows me to properly, like, automatically remove all the silent parts, do the cuts, so that later I just need to, create the sequence. I don't need to cut everything. Like my rough edit is nearly done through that Auto Editor application. And that actually is nice, to be honest. You see, that allows me to work efficiently and I don't have to, spend almost 20 minutes or sometimes even more on the cuts. Okay then, let me just select all the silent parts and delete them. We're gonna need to do ripple delete, don't we? Yep. Well, if you don't know the meaning of some terms, believe me, I also do not know. I didn't know just a few days ago. I'm trying to learn, video editing on DaVinci Resolve Studio because I'm trying to start freelancing. And yeah, I like the creative field and the workflow, but freelancing is something I need to hone my video editing skill. It'll also help me to earn some money, and then it'll also make my skills good for my own videos. Now let's just right click and we need to do a ripple delete, right? Delete selected items. Yes. Oh man, I'm gonna need to properly do things like this now. Yep. Remove space. Okay, we have this. Remove space. Okay, so we have our rough edit ready. Okay, I need to work a little more. You see, this video was partially edited already on DaVinci Resolve, through that auto editor application. That is why, you're already seeing some things pretty nicely here. Okay, so this should be okay. But we need to do some things in the color grading and some other stuff as well. So let's try it, okay? Let's go to effects. And now here, in order to properly edit my picture, let's go to color. Here, let's go to curves. Yep, but I'm gonna need to select a few things as well, like the first two, effects, curves, drag and drop, both of them, then effects and curves, select one or two, and here we are. So yep, this is the curves, and in DaVinci Resolve it works flawlessly, like amazing. But in Kdenlive it's a little bizarre of a sort, like I don't know how to say it, you see, I'm trying to edit it to make it look a little good. Okay, curves are done. Now let's fix our colors. So we're gonna go with the color wheels, which are just lift, gamma and gain. So let me just see. So lift means all the back, like gamma is the midtones, gain is the highlights, lift are the shadows. That is the basics I know. So I will not do anything here. Let me just try it again. Effects. Now I'm not gonna change anything in the highlights, but I need to fix my shadows. They are a little tinty, so I'm gonna need them to be a little bluish, a little dark. And now the midtones should be a little warm, and then let's increase them. And now the highlights should be increased or decreased, I don't know. It should look okay-ish, maybe this much. Yes. Now the midtones, let me just highlight midtones a little more to make it a little meaty finish, matte finish on the video. I've been using this particular technique for a long time to give it a little cleaner look. Okay then, so we have edited our videos. Back, cancel. Now we can see changes, when we apply and not apply things like this. So yeah, we have a color correction, and this was pretty okay. Like yeah, in terms of color correction, you do have awesome options. Then we have these, which I don't know I should do anything like that. But you see, there is one particular thing which I wanted to show you, and that is the audio editing. Yep, DaVinci Resolve does have all of that, but Kdenlive is not so lost. Like you have a particular section for audio. These are all the options for audio you have. You do not have this much options in any video editor, like not even DaVinci Resolve. You have nice noise suppressions, noise reductions, tools. So you see, earlierly in my previous videos, there was some crisp audio. Like my audios used to be crisp, not so flat. That is because earlierly I used to use this crystallizer tool from DaVinci Resolve. No, Kdenlive. So let me just drag and drop them. There we go. Go to effects. Now let me just select all, ungroup all the clips. Now I'm just gonna select all the audio files like this, and yet it's not working. Don't tell me I have to do everything manually. Okay, yep, looks like I do. Yep, now it is pretty nice. So I can do one thing, like for example, let me just go back, go to effects. I'm gonna just edit one particular thing and then later apply everything to all of them. Like apply the audio effect to one particular audio and then edit it as I need it to, like this much. And now I can just drag and drop them to all of them at ease. I don't have to manually do everything, or I also have the option to just select all of them like this, and then, oh man, I cannot. I don't like this. Drag and drop to every particular one. Like we can set some keyboard shortcuts to all of these particular things, but why you should have to do things manually? Well, this is the reason a lot of people just do not like. What the heck? Let me just change the shutter speed to fix this. Yeah. You see, if you didn't know what I just did, you see, there was some flickering which was due to the lights. Most of the lights in India are at 50 Hz or maybe 30 Hz or 60 Hz. I know, like they're all at 50 Hz. And if you select anything which is a multiple of like 30 or 60, your videos will flicker. So you have to do a little odd one out here. Let's say if you're in India, so don't always go with 50 Hz of frequency in your camera setting, like the shutter speed. So yep, now we have crystal audio every place. Let me just show you, like, yeah, I had disabled my desktop audio, but now you will be able to listen it. So there we go. The TUI is on the internet and everything I did. Let's start from here.
World of Linux, and today I'm gonna show you two amazing applications I've been using in my day-to-day life. So recently I installed Highplan plus Art Setup, and this setup is literally
Yep, that is the power of Kdenlive here. It literally made my audio look so damn good. Well, sounds so damn good. But I'd like to check something else, like for example, Windows D. I'm gonna go to System Monitor. So as you can see, it is literally using, I don't know, let's try Kdenlive. My RAM usage is literally around 9 GBs with 7 GBs cached. That means Kdenlive is a little on the heavier side when you do a little hard editing, just like I'm doing right now. These files are really high quality, you know. And yeah, that reminds me, talking about high quality, let's just test the power. Let's go to Glow, Stylize, Soft Glow. I would like to apply it to all of it, like this. Now there's a soft glow everywhere. And now I can edit it, for example, the blur of the glow, the brightness, and the sharpness. Just like this, you can easily do things like this. Let me just decrease the sharpness. So you see, the power of blur is nearly awesome. But you're gonna have to fix a few things to get a really nice look. Like this. Now the blur looks really nice. Okay then, and it should be applied to all the places, shouldn't it? Yep. Now, what shall we do? Oh no, that the glow is also applied to my normal videos. So you see, if you have a mate video, let me just do this. So if you have a mate finish video, just like I have, I don't have that awesome, realistic, natural, contrasty video. I have soft videos, okay? Because I don't have a nice camera. But leaving that, if you have that, then do not use glow in a lot of parts, like it's gonna ruin your video, just like this. Just delete the glow and it'll fix it. So yep, we have our rough edit and the sequence. Let's try to export it, okay? So as if I remember, it did had hardware acceleration. We have NVIDIA support as well. Should we try it? Let's try it. So what I'm gonna do is Windows Enter NVIDIA SMI. So here we are. Kdenlive is not using my NVIDIA GPU. Let's see if it can or not. So I'm gonna go with NVIDIA H264 variable bitrate. Let's go with more options. I'd like Lancos, the best quality, and then our encoder. I'd like my encoders to use all my cores. We have parallel processing. So yep, let's go. Let's see if it works or not. Render anyway. Well, what's the okay, let me just okay, looks like I have messed things up again. Let me just save this. Come on, save the project. KO. Okay, now cancel. Let's go back and render it again. We have NVIDIA KO, render to file, render anyway, and there it begins. Let's see if it uses my NVIDIA GPU or not. It cannot. I have no doubt it will not be able to do that. Whoa, it has begun. Let's just test or check if it is actually using. Oh man, it actually is using my NVIDIA GPU. Who knew? It could be able to use NVIDIA GPU, and right now it is rendering a really high quality video at 27 frames per second. The render time is 12. So yeah, it did it. Kdenlive actually has official GPU support only for exports. You cannot use it in the timeline and the preview and while editing, only at the output. It's still nice, like it is fair. Okay then, I believe that's it for today's video. And yeah, I know I didn't had any time to comb my hair or style my hair, so I just went on with a hairband. But leaving that, let me know in the comments what do you think about Kdenlive as a video editor. And if you're starting, I will definitely not suggest Kdenlive, but if you have a little experience on some video editors, then Kdenlive is still a little difficult to learn, but it is literally one of the most powerful video editing softwares out there. But using this in your day-to-day life for professional work or real work, not just for yourself, Kdenlive is not good. But if you just need a video editor which can get your work done without any complaints, with a few errors, and it is completely free, and your export times are decent, and if you have a powerful CPU or if you don't have a powerful GPU, then Kdenlive is indeed a nice choice. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any ideas for the future video or any suggestions what to create next, let me know in the comments. And yeah, see you in the next video. Till then, I'm signing out.